Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to show you how I build antique style doors. I'm building these doors for Alex of Curiosity Inc. He bought an old house and he wants me to build some antique doors to match the other doors in the house. So first step is going to be sizing up the lumber. So for these doors, I'm just going to be using regular spruce 2x6 and I'll plane it all down to size so it looks good and it's smooth. So for these doors, the height of them will be 80 inch. So we'll cut the stiles at 80 and then the rails will be cut to fit in between there. Now that we have the rails and stiles sized up, we will go ahead and send them through the planer. Currently the boards are 1.5 inches thick, and for this particular application they need to be 1.25 inches. So that's the reason I'm planing them down. After I have the boards planed, I'm going to take the width down from 5.5 to 5 inches. And the reason for that is because the particular doorknobs I'm using, which will be like these ones here, with 5 inches, the way that it centers the cover plate, the space on each side of it will be equidistant with a 5-inch stile. Here is the top rail, all sized up and ready for assembly. So once everything is planed and ripped on the table saw, I go ahead and clamp it, and this way I can screw in angled from the sides on each way. Normally you'd use a mortise and tenon connection, but I don't really have the equipment for that, so this is just the way I came up with. So after I do that, we have the rails and stiles screwed together, and it's a fairly strong connection for what it is. But now we can begin sanding. So now the next step for the door will be to put the plywood panel inside, and the way I do that is rather than cutting these all in one piece, because I don't have a shape or anything like that that would do that for me, I'm just going to take some 1x material and put a profile on the edge of it with the router, and then rip that piece off on the table saw to create a little molding that will go in there, a little rabbeted edge to accept the plywood. And then I'll do the same thing on the other side of the plywood, and that will sandwich the plywood in the center of the door. So after I router that, this is what I get. And I know this might look a little confusing right now, but you'll see when I go on the table saw. I've got the table saw set, so I will go ahead and rip this routered piece off. Now that I ripped these off the table saw, I get little pieces of molding that look like this. And these are gonna sit in here on the door to create a rabbeted edge to accept the panel, and it'll give it a nice profile on the front. So I'll go and make some more of these. So all the molding pieces that I made are installed for this door, and the plywood is in. And this one is going to be painted white. Actually, I think all of them are going to be painted white. But so this is made to replicate the doors that are upstairs, and it looks pretty close, I think. So then when I get there to install it, I'll figure out where exactly the doorknob is gonna go and the hinges and everything like that. But until now, I'll just do some touch-up sanding and then paint it. So I'll be back for I'll probably I'll video the window, or the door with the window, because this is the basement door and the bathroom door will be exactly like this, but I'll do something a little different for the outside door. On the back side of the door, I filled some of the bigger imperfections in the plywood with wood filler, and now I'm gonna go ahead and sand it. Now that all the wood filler is sanded down, this door is ready for paint. First coat of paint is on. Now it can dry and we'll put on a second coat and paint the other side. So today is installation day. I'm just leaving town, fueling up. The door is in the back, and I'll see you when I get to the house. So I've arrived here at the Potter's house, so we can go in and I'll show you how I hang these doors and install all the hardware. So right now I'm here in the house. I'm working on chiseling the recesses for the door hinges, and the hinge will sit like that and be recessed flush. So I ran into a minor issue with the door. The floor is so wavy and uneven that it won't open all the way without skimming the floor, so I just did a couple passes with my electric planer, and we'll go in and see how it fits. I'm working on mortising out for the mortise lock. This is just an antique style doorknob, and they call it a mortise lock because you have to mortar out the style, and that fits in just like that. And I'll go ahead and drill for the lock and the doorknob. So here I have the door all installed. Mortise lock is on with a nice period glass doorknob. Closes nice. I had to plane a bit off the bottom just because the floor was kind of buckled up in that area. And yeah, everything's all done now and it fits nice. So this is Alex of Curiosity Inc.
That's me.
I'll put a link to his channel in the description, and you can go check out his whole series on the Potter House.
True.
And I'll be back here doing more doors. I'll probably do another video on that when I make those. And yeah, until the next project, I'll see you guys later.